I'm going to go to one of our favorite guests, former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, who joins us. So, Speaker Gingrich, who do you think won last night?
Well, I think Trump won in a couple of different ways. First, I think that a lot of people were expecting him to melt down, and there were a lot of Republicans eager to jump ship and hoping that he would do badly enough that they could sadly, with crocodile tears, pretend how bad they felt as they had deserted him. I think he clearly passed that threshold by a huge margin. I think that he outmaneuvered both the news media and the Clintons by having the four women there, particularly the one who, as a 12-year-old, was raped, and the accused rapist was defended by Hillary Clinton in a brutal trial where Hillary deliberately demeaned the 12-year-old. I think that sort of stopped the Clintons in their tracks. You could tell early on that they were very, very off their normal patterns. I think Trump's willingness to go nose to nose and to be very direct is actually what Trump's all about. And I'm going to do a Facebook Live at 1 o'clock, and I'm going to lay out the notion that we really, to me, the key point was when he said he would appoint an independent prosecutor. And the reason is, either we really believe what we're saying, and the IRS has genuine illegality problems, and the Veterans Administration has genuine illegality problems, and you go down the list, or it's all just politics and words. And I think Trump crossed into being a historic figure last night and saying, we have so much corruption in this administration, and Hillary Clinton herself is so corrupt, that we really need to handle it as a criminal justice matter, not just a campaign matter. I thought in many ways that was the most important conversation starter of the whole evening.
What do you think of the fact that Paul Ryan announced today that he's not going to campaign with or defend Donald Trump?
I think Paul Ryan's got to follow his own politics, but I think it's a mistake. But this again, a good friend of mine, Barry Castleman from Minnesota, writes a regular column, and he wrote today about what he called the media coup d'etat. And he says that as somebody who's been in the media, who likes the media, we have passed beyond bias into a deliberate effort to destroy a candidate by the elite news media, which is what they're doing to Trump. This is all an act of destruction. And Ryan becomes caught up in the emotions. A lot of Republicans do, because they don't yet understand what the game is. You look at the WikiLeaks that came out at exactly the same time as the tape about Trump, and you look at what she said in paid speeches in secret meetings, and how you can be neutral when you have her, for example, tell a Brazilian bank, which paid her $225,000, paid Bill $400,000. So she's there giving a secret speech, and she says to the Brazilian bankers, my dream, her word, this is her word, dream. My dream is of an open border for all of the Americas, for both people and for goods. Okay? Now, an open border would mean 600 million people that have the right to come to the United States without a visa, without being checked, without nothing. Now, I think if you said to the average American, do you think it's a good idea to let 600 million people have direct access to the United States, they would think you were crazy. Yet here she is clearly saying it. Her own, investigator, this is all taken from one of her campaign people who went back, who did read the speeches, and who said, boy, this had better never get out. Where's that on page one? Where's that on the Today Show? Where's that in any of the elite media? So what you're getting for the short run is a tremendous effort to destroy Trump by the media. And you get a lot of Republicans who, frankly, I think don't understand how serious this is, and who let themselves be sucked into a one-sided judgment. Donald Trump compared to perfection, there's a lot to complain about. Donald Trump compared to Hillary Clinton, I think the choice is overwhelmingly simple.
Okay, on that point, because we've all, I don't know, maybe not all of us have noticed this, but I look at the Washington Post every day, and the opinion column, with a possible exception, once in a while there's something from Mark Thiessen or Charles Krauthammer that kind of in a lukewarm way defends Donald Trump about something now. But the reporting And the opinion from the Washington Post is full double barrel blast at Donald Trump every single day. Same with the New York Times. Same with USA Today. Do you think that that actually has an effect on the people who are going to go out and vote, or
Sure.
or is the media just talking itself into believing it has influence it doesn't?
No, it has huge influence because, as you watched happen over the last 4 days, it can elevate an issue, and at the same time, it can smother another issue. So all of Hillary's extraordinary statements in these secret speeches were being smothered by the news media while they focused on Donald Trump's, 11-year-old tape, because that was suddenly shocking. Again, these are, after all, reporters who have socialized with Bill Clinton. Some of them have actually contributed to the Clinton Foundation, but somehow, and that's where I thought last night, bringing the four women was important for Trump to say, okay, let's talk about the real world. And in the real world, if you want to worry about somebody who's a sexual predator, it's not Donald Trump.
Speaker Newt Gingrich, it's always great to talk to you. Thanks for taking the time.
Glad to be with you. Thanks.
All right.